Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly sports.
Think that jersey counts?
My jersey?
Yeah.
It's, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it count?
It's just Mickey Mouse.
It's if minor league jerseys and all their bullshit gets approved for Jersey Day, this is a Mickey Mouse hockey jersey.
Why are you
and it's fucking sick. Look at this thing. It's stitched. This is authentic.
Why are you hollering?
Because it's such an aggressive way to open the show.
I didn't.
Here I was. I thought you were going to ask me what to talk about. I finally knew what I was
haven't opened the show yet.
Yeah, but you open it attacking my jersey on Jersey Day.
I simply questioned. I didn't attack.
A question that carried a inherent criticism.
It's a Mickey Mouse Jersey Day.
It's a Mickey Mouse
It's a
jersey.
Mickey Mouse jersey.
So this one doesn't count.
I don't find Mickey Mouse to be a pejorative. When people
I
say
honestly,
that's Mickey Mouse bullshit, I'm like, what? It's happy, fun bullshit that changed the world?
Mm-hmm.
If you're wearing a fucking Disney
suck my
jersey,
dick.
Disney jerseys are bullshit. You should not be wearing a Disney jersey today. Don't count.
Wait a second. Wait a second, T-Bob.
What?
What's he wearing?
Stupid ass Timberwolves throwback?
No, but it's not. Is that
My favorite player on the?
Is that an Airbud jersey?
Okay. Oh, wait.
Are you wearing an Airbud jersey?
I might be.
All right. Let's talk about our presenting sponsor, Jägermeister. They are here once again to present us all of our glory right here.
Yep.
Thank you. Because of Jägermeister.
Thank you, Herr Jägermeister.
They could have written a totally normal ad here, like a really classic ad. They could have talked about their history and the 56 botanicals. It could have been all salesy and cutesy, but they're not going to do it because they know you don't care. What are you doing? Do you want to go in there?
No.
Okay. Jägermeister doesn't want to be like all those other brands that buy ads on the show. Their words, not mine. They just want to say two things. Jägermeister is great, but everyone has been drinking it wrong. How should we be drinking it? Connor Griffin.
How about ice cold?
Ice cold. 0 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact. Ice cold shots of Jägermeister. That is it. That's all they want you to know. So wherever you're out, if you're hanging with friends or at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with frosty 0 degree Fahrenheit shots of Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. Remember to check out Jägermeister at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S. White Plains, New York. T-Bob.
What's up?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, first off, I got two things. First, I do want to shout out the boys who are currently in the championship. It's been a long grind, fucking incredible run here. White Boy Rick's on fire. But also, Brandon, I want to talk about the passage of time.
Oh, wow.
And
That's deep.
How time goes on, but some things never change. And I'm sure that you have been tagged in many, many tweets by my autistic robot son, the T-Bot A-Bear account on Twitter.
Yeah,
yep, just constant stupid Photoshops, and he tags everybody in my life in him.
Pretty sure I blocked him, but yeah.
Yeah, you probably did. Although, did you see your face Photoshopped onto my face?
It was
on my body?
disturbing.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I loved it. Anyway, well, he dug up an old Ben Mintz tweet.
Oh, from 2014.
From March 4th, 2014. And this is the night after. This is during Mardi Gras. It's the night after I would have been purchasing some illicit party supplies off of Ben Mintz. That's how I met him at a party. We ended up talking. I'm like, oh, my
party
God.
supplies. You mean streamers and
balloons,
kazoos,
balloons, kazoo. Oh, I haven't thought about a kazoo in a long time. And I remember talking to him like, God damn, dude, you have the most degenerate voice I've ever heard. Professional poker players, you got to come on the radio or whatever. So Mintzy on March 4th, 2014, I had no idea who really he was, says, quote, met former badass LSU center T-Bob A-Bear last night. Former badass.
Former badass.
Really good guy, and he was laughing hard at me. He wants me to come on his New Orleans radio show. So,
a tiger can't change its stripes, can it?
I mean, the authorial voice is so perfectly preserved even in the intervening decade. His life could not be more different than that time. My life at this point, in many ways, could not be more different. Actually, no, couldn't it with the kids? Like, and yet,
the number one thing he noticed about you was that you laughed.
And I loved him. I love that he said you laughed at me. Like that's also very funny. Most people would get offended by such a thing.
No,
So,
that is our precious Ben Mintz.
you could blind read that tweet and know that it was Mintzy. Look at that, dude.
Yeah,
March 4th, 2014. Absolutely fantastic. And actually completely true. Because I was like, this guy is a hoot. This is a character right here.
Yeah, if you like, that one has the assumed I in the first sentence, and then it has two me's. So it gets to three. In two sentences, it gets to three I's or me's. That's about his. He's like a great pitcher that averages over a strikeout an inning. He one I me per sentence. He's at like 1.35 or something like that.
So
most people average around like 0.3, 0.4.
There's whip. What would that be called? MIP?
Me's
per inning pitch.
Me's per sentence. MPS.
We did. I did a NLKT little language analysis on his blogs one time. T-Bob. We did on Pick Central. His two most used words were me and I.
No way.
And then after the and a and and.
Not to do Jersey Day early, but I'm going to do mine just to set up this topic.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
I have something I'd like to ask you, because when somebody, especially our age, well, you're not quite where I'm at, but
Where were you? But
you're older than
I'm
these
closer
guys.
to you. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm closer to you than
What are you? You're around 35, 30?
36.
You're 36. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. But guys our age can look at, and you might be at the tail end of it, look at the Expos and think of a bygone era. And think of
I just think of Vladimir
childhood.
Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero, thank you. This is an Andre Dawson jersey, this Expos jersey right here. But the Expos, the beautiful logo, the beautiful colors, like everything about it, just take me back.
I never understood that. It still looks like a JB to me. It looked like a JB when I was a kid. I still
never
don't know
knew it
what
was an M until I grew older.
Oh, it's an M.
Yeah, it's the Montreal M.
Fuck.
So here's your question.
Yes.
Harkening back to our childhoods, you can bring back one of these logos, teams, and all of their accoutrements.
Okay. I'm listening.
All of their accoutrements.
Accoutrement.
Expos, Seattle Supersonics, Houston Oilers, or Hartford Whalers.
So
You're bringing back the logos, the everything.
off the bat for me, I don't know much about the Whalers, so that's not going to be my answer. I apologize to hockey fans for just getting ahead of it. I don't know enough about the Whalers. I like the logo.
Let me stop you there. I don't remember much about the Whalers at all either. I just think it might be the best logo in the history of sports.
It's
The whale tail.
Yeah, the whale tail.
Yeah, that makes an H and a W.
God, I used to love a whale tail too, back in like early high school.
What are you
Thongs
What are
just
you
hanging out of
referring?
jeans.
Okay, all right.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Listen, man,
So hot.
these boys don't understand.
Nah,
Around about like 99, thongs just
exploded.
all of a sudden were just there.
It was awesome.
I was around for that.
You know what, Connor? Let me and him have a moment.
You said we didn't understand. I was there for 99.
Around the late 90s, thongs just were like, "Hey, we're here, guys," and it was right when I was getting
There's nothing sexy.
Just. Oh wait, is that what's poking out of her?
Do you remember pocketless jeans?
Yeah,
Kind of the harbinger of yoga pants.
Mm-hmm.
God, pocketless jeans. Sheesh.
God Almighty.
Anyway.
Yep.
So
Houston Oilers, Hartford Whalers, Seattle Supersonics, Montreal Expos.
really like the Expos. I'm taking that out as well. I am wrestling with Seattle versus Houston.
Yeah.
But in the end, actually, I think it's clear. For me, it's going to be the Oilers. Maybe it's my Southern allegiance, but having the oil derrick logo.
Great. The Titans should just let Houston be the Oilers.
Yes.
They should not be the Texans. They should be the Houston Oilers.
Yes.
There's no reason Cleveland Browns went away and then became Cleveland Browns again.
Yeah.
Why can't the Houston Texans be the Houston Oilers? It's a better logo. It's a better color scheme. It's a better everything.
Well, and it's so much more representative of Texas. Like, you look at Texas college football.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does Texas State have so much money? Why the fuck does Texas Tech have so much money? Why the fuck does Texas A&M? It's all oil. Mm-hmm. Texas is an
SMU.
entire literal empire. The state of Texas built on the back of oil. So yes, it would be the Oilers for me. And even though it looks cool because the Titans have done the Oiler throwbacks, right?
It just doesn't.
But you're in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You're in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get your high flip. I like you see that old Oral Derrick logo. If that was still going down to Houston, it just makes you think about like deserts and hard work and mud and shift work and just grinding.
Earl Campbell just running through
fucking
somebody's
Earl
face.
Campbell. So
I think the NFL should force a trade, and the Houston should get the Oilers, and Tennessee just has to become the Tennessee Texans. I mean, it's not that far away from Titans anyway, so
big play.
you
You got to apologize if I'm a little distracted.
Well, I don't have to apologize. You have to apologize.
No, you have to apologize to me. 'Cause you gotta stop pointing it out.
Well, no, I can't not point it out. We're having a conversation.
I've actually never. I accidentally said you've got to apologize, but I'm going to start using that.
Okay.
When I do something wrong, I'm going to tell.
Yeah, you got to apologize, everybody.
You got to apologize right now. No, I'm sorry. That was a big tud to end the half. Ohio State's going up 21-9 into halftime
Of the national championship
of the
game?
Natty against Duke.
Do you know spatially where they are?
Ohio State.
No, the boys. They are right there.
Oh, like they're behind this wall.
They are
I
that
thought I heard a disturbance
correct.
a second ago. Yeah. That
so
makes
when
sense.
it happens,
Maybe start banging.
don't bang everything. Everything will fall off our walls.
I just said the entire thing.
Everything will fall off
Create
our
some
wall.
stadium pulse for them.
No, I'm just really proud of the guys, dude. They have worked their ass off for this.
Are you proud of them?
Yes, 1,000%.
Shouldn't it have happened by now?
No, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish, Brandon. And what you have seen.
Well, I think it's during a stream like this, it's how long it takes you to finish.
What you have seen out of Tate and Ryan and Lucas and Rick, and that's kind of the core. Because even
Lucas bailed early.
Well, you still though they've been in the vast majority of time. Really, I mean, Rick and Tate would probably be the highest hours count at this point.
Sure.
But and look, shout out to Connor and Beefcake, the other Ryan getting in on it, and they've done great. And really, they changed the game. That's how they're winning. But you want to talk about no quit, persistence, overcoming adversity. I'm just really, really impressed with what they've accomplished here.
And assuming they're able to close out the deal here and win the national championship, if you are lusting and longing and yearning for more video game torture porn from Barstool Sports, you can just roll right over into the Clemmer stream, right? He's starting one right now as well.
Yeah,
Clemmer's doing the NBA 2K equivalent.
So what I don't know.
So I think he had the idea weeks ago. So it's not. It's
the crazy thing is though, does he have to? He can't play all the games. How do you play an entire NBA 2K?
Clemmer is a GM only, so he doesn't
play.
Oh, okay.
He's merely a puppet master.
Okay.
And he'll watch like the game cast, so you'll watch like the scores go up.
Oh, that's okay.
But he used to play what was the '90s baseball game?
out of the park baseball.
Yeah, he played. He was doing that before he even worked here.
Do you like those GM sims and all that?
I've never gotten into one. I feel like Football Manager is the one that I always hear about being like one of the most accurate, one of the biggest. It's been around for a while.
I like the idea of them, but every time I sit down, I've bought it out of the park baseball. I sit down and I do it for 10 minutes. I'm like, that.
I don't know if this is
I'd
for me.
rather just play.
Yeah.
But the idea of it sounds incredible. Just getting lost in being a GM and juggling things and doing.
It's like there's an MMO called EVE Online. It's like a space sci-fi MMO, and it creates
what's he saying? What's an MMO?
Massive
multiplayer
online, and then you can get role playing games too.
MMORPG.
There's
MMORPG is like the full thing, but you just say MMO.
Okay,
as,
fair enough.
as
Sure,
shorthand.
sure,
But
sure.
but it's a ton of people playing online, right? And they create. And it's got real stakes with real money, and it creates all these incredible stories where you're like, wow, I want to live in this space world, and then you go to play EVE Online, and it's very dry.
Do you want to watch the
Very
Leroy Jenkins clip real quick?
I love the Leroy Jenkins clip. World of Warcraft is my most played game of my entire
So
life.
you just want to watch the Leroy?
Yeah,
Jenkins
fuck
clip real
yeah.
quick?
Let's watch Leroy Jenkins.
Then we'll get into some sports talk.
Leroy! I do want to talk a couple things out of Big 12 Media Day.
There are a couple things out of Big 12 Media Day we need to talk about. You're
Told
exactly
you.
right.
Media Day is not worthless.
No, listen. I am nothing if not a gigantic hypocrite. I will sit there and I will tell you why an exist does not need to happen and shouldn't happen.
And then talk
And
about
then
it.
when the event happens, absolutely wring it dry for every piece of content that it has. So I am.
True.
And listen, college football fandom is nothing if not filled with hypocrisy.
True.
It is judging one team for paying players while hoping your team pays more for those players. Like it is that. It is accusing this team of doing wrong while
It's like God, that fan base are assholes when every fan base are assholes.
Every fan base are assholes. Now, some have it to a more. There are more stark degrees of assholeness.
So who's the biggest asshole fan base in your opinion?
So
I know you have. I've learned through the stream that you have beef with Iowa because when we were head coach at Iowa, everybody was like, "Oh, Brandon."
Yeah, Iowa to me is number one. Tennessee is number two, but there's a problem with that. They're trying to. They want to be known as the obnoxious.
Trying to embody Tony V.
Tennessee fans are not that obnoxious if you meet them in real life, but online they want to have the image of the most obnoxious fan base, and they want Vol Twitter to be this scary thing. They're not like that. They're kind of faking it.
So that I was about
not all of them. Some of them are fucking assholes, but they're kind of faking it.
I was about to say I want to hate Tennessee, but every Tennessee person I know in real life, I actually
correct.
Like.
You have never met an asshole Tennessee fan in real life, but you meet dozens of them online every day.
You know who I love? Texas A&M fans.
You love Colts.
They are yes, exactly. They are such a tortured. Just they should be the most miserable people in the world. But thanks to their cultish beliefs, quite frankly, they maintain a smile amongst all the amongst all the bad.
Yeah,
they go 8-4 every year, and every year they convince themselves they're going to win.
Yeah, every single year,
every single fucking year,
and every year they convince me. They convince me they're going to win
too, kind of.
Because like this year, I'm like, they look pretty good.
Do you like Elko?
They look pretty damn good. What are they in the third quarter already?
Third quarter, but
something massive just happened, Brandon.
What?
The stream cut to black, and they did a confetti pop in the third quarter.
It feels, there
was a confetti pop animation that
like a big jinx.
Was this a Lucas?
They were obviously trying to figure out what they were going to do when they win, and they led to an accidental confetti pop.
And they're up 21-16 now.
Yeah. They got stopped, and they gave it's 4th and inches right here. Oh, did he get it? Okay, I think he just got it first. Oh, he got it first. Okay. They got stopped and then gave up a touchdown. So it's this is massive drive right here.
This who did the pre-confetti pop? Was like
it's probably Ryan or Lucas if I had to guess. Look at that. Oof.
No, but wasn't that what was the
that's the equivalent of the early Gatorade bath?
What was the college basketball game that had that happen where the confetti rained down?
Was that Villanova when they did it and then
had to undo?
No, it was like
they had to do the replay. No, okay, yeah.
It's like a premature court storm or field storm.
Oh no!
Oh dear!
The A10 basketball.
Oh no!
T-Bob, if they lose this game, this might break them.
Oh, is it like Duquesne or something?
Bro, okay, no. We're gonna think positive. We're not even.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I know. The stakes could not be higher.
Let's cleanse the palate with Leroy Jenkins.
Yes. All right, hit me with it.
White Boy Rick is throwing 3 picks.
Turn this up.
Oh my God, he just ran in.
Save him.
Oh, just stick to the plane. Oh, Jesus. Let's go. Stick to the pledge, Jeff. Stick to the plane.
Oh, Blackwing Lair.
Is that a rough place?
It's a rough place.
Okay.
I can't move. Am I lagging? I can't move. What the hell? I can't move.
All right.
Doesn't just the mic static take you back? Like just the quality of the microphones everyone had? Just
I saw a PS3 nostalgia
God
tweet
damn it,
last night.
Leroy. At least I got a chicken.
Yeah, at least I got chicken.
Poor Leroy though. So that was a skit
That was
that
fake.
they did there.
Fake, right.
But who cares?
Yeah.
It's great. It's funny. It stood the test of time. But he tried to. I feel bad for all the early internet stars because there was no real path to monetization, and he tried to live on that Leroy. He tried to, and it got kind of sad and never really worked.
But now has enough time passed that he could do a nostalgia run of some sort.
You could get on Cameo probably.
Yeah, you could probably get on camera.
Leroy Jenkins.
Just yelling Leroy Jenkins into a staticky mic. Also, shout out to World of Warcraft. Not to brag, when Classic came out back in 2019, I was rating weekly and nearly got full tier 2 from Blackwing Lair.
Yeah, sure. One last thing before we open the college football vault here. What the fuck's up with your dad?
I told him, dude.
He trying to beef on day one?
No, I told him, I was like, hey, So I was because my family's not in town yet, right?
Yeah.
And he came here to like see the grandkids, and they'll get in tonight or tomorrow. And so I figured today's the perfect day to
Yeah.
come in, and he was just like, nah. I like didn't give me a reason. He didn't say like fuck you, but he was just like, nope.
Is he going to play golf?
No. You know what he's going to do is so he hasn't been in Chicago in about 20 years.
Yeah.
And so he's really excited to explore. He's going to go walk to Ernest Hemingway's home that he was born in. He's a massive Hemingway fan. He's probably going to go walk around all morning, look at Frank Lloyd Wright architecture and whatnot.
Is your dad a nerd too?
He is a history
A buff
nerd.
He's
He
a buff.
loves history. Like last night, after I picked him up at the airport, we had some cigars and some wine, and he was sitting there and make me read from the book that he's reading right now. And so, but so I don't know his reasoning, but he just said, "Fuck you, I'll come in Friday or Monday."
What if he doesn't come in?
He's gonna come in.
Okay.
He's 1,000% coming in. And then I need to get like somebody to convince him to do a podcast with me, but we'll see.
Like one podcast or just a full?
No, like I want to do a show, like a weekly,
The
or
A-Bear
bi-weekly
Boys.
show. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what it'd be called. But
Bob and Bob.
Can I?
there's a lot of there's
Bobcast?
a lot of name
Can I
potential.
just-
Bobcast. I like Bobcast personally.
Can I? You need somebody to convince him to do that with you.
Well,
Who better to convince him than his own son?
Well, I mean, like if somebody could take the technological fear out of him and show him, like, no, it's not hard, which maybe
He's
a producer.
Been
can
in
do it.
media, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's old school, bro. When he takes notes for his radio show,
What are these noises behind?
It's not a good. This
It's not a good noise.
They were up by 12.
yeah.
Gave
no,
up
no,
the lead.
they just scored a kick for the touchdown. Let's go. You never see kick returns, dude.
Wow. Okay, so. Wow.
Wow. I have not. I literally tweeted this the other day. I've been playing that game all week. I haven't gotten no kick past the 15-yard line.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. That's crazy.
Malasek's kick return is still the greatest.
That's what. Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Going
So
up 7-0 on Ohio State with that.
the cheers we heard were them trying to get the room like rallied again because they just blown a huge lead and Rick needed the confidence and then boom, they returned the kick.
No,
So-
those cheers were from the kick.
Yeah. That's a
1,000%.
little delayed.
Yeah,
That's what we
a little delayed.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it, Connor.
No, because they were getting people.
Connor,
on the
God damn it.
I had the stream up
Shut
on my
the fuck up, Connor.
Fuck up.
I'm rooting for him.
I thought they
wouldn't
pre-recorded the stream. I thought that happened the other day.
Yeah, true.
God,
Oh.
this has been my first experience with an extended toxic chat,
Yeah.
and it is toxic. I mean, they've been kind.
That chat isn't toxic.
fun.
That chat is.
At certain points, it felt like we were really losing our mind. Like I don't know, around 4 a.m. It felt like you were locked in the stocks and people were just throwing rotten vegetables at you.
All right. College football.
Yes.
What topics did you bring? Because I got a couple.
Okay. I want to credit Brett Yormark.
Sure. The
And-
commissioner of the Big 12?
Yes, the commissioner of the Big 12, and the reason being, he okay, I've been very upfront here. I've been very upfront about how I feel about the new playoff model.
Sure.
We're going to go to 16 teams. I have been a firm believer in the 4-4-2-2 model, talking about how it preserves the four conferences. I love the idea of regular season football deciding your playoff potential and not rankings and analytics and like eye test and all that bullshit. So that's why I don't like the 11 at large. But I do want to credit Yormark because he is nothing if not uber confident in himself and his abilities, and he will stick by his guns. He is a massive fan of the 5-11 model. And he's even said, his exact quote, 5-11 model might not be the best solution today for the Big 12, but long-term, knowing the progress we're making, the investment we're making, it's the right format for us. So literally saying, yeah, look, I know in the short term we suffer. We'll get less bids, blah, blah, blah. But like he fully believes.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just high on Texas Tech's oil money or what, but he fully believes that he can get the Big 12 to the SEC and the Big 10's level. And he's done a great job with the conference. We talked about it yesterday. Very creative. We love the WWE deal that he struck. Like he has been a huge upgrade over Bowlesby, who Remember back in the day, Big 12 Media Day says, I don't see much conference realignment. And then the next week, Texas and Oklahoma leave. I don't think Yormark's right, but
Well,
I applaud him.
whether he's right or wrong, saying it is good. And number one,
I don't even agree with his model either, but I still applaud him.
just go back to, we've already seen the Pac-12 implode and go away, basically. Now they're trying to pick up the scraps and everything. The Big 12 could have been a hell of a lot worse off than they are right now.
Yes.
They did a fantastic job when Texas and Oklahoma left, which I can't even imagine. There's not even an equivalent for any other league. I guess if Michigan and Ohio State left the Big Ten, but still, you've still got Penn State and a couple others that can fill in the gap a little bit. There was nobody near the level of Texas and Oklahoma. They leave. The Big 12 could have gone in a really somber, bad direction, and they were able to look around the country and pick the right scraps and pick up the right parts and pick up the right. Didn't hurt that Arizona State walked in the league and won it the first year and are ready to be a playoff team and everything like that. So, I don't get too involved in these playoff model projection craps. I am simply viewing it as I am going to enter this thing as a consumer. I'm not going to stretch my head out. I'm not going to sit there and say, I think it should be 5-11. I think it should be 4-4 in this. I'm not going to do it because no amount of hand wringing by me will affect what's going to happen. And I just want to take it as it comes.
So I would say this. I don't, and this is my fault for maybe the way I presented it. To me, the story that I'm interested here is not the model itself. It's the belief that Yormark has in the Big 12, because it's a belief that I've never even considered. Like, I hold these truths to be self-evident that the Big 12 cannot get to the level of the Big 10 and the SEC. So just having a leader that actually does believe that and is willing to take a risk that maybe hurts his conference in the short term to try to pull that off, I think that's impressive.
Well, flesh the idea out though. Like, to become the SEC and the Big 12, you need
money.
You need money, but you need somebody to become the tentpole programs. You need somebody to be the programs that are going to compete in a year in, year out basis at the very, very top of the sport, like the Big Ten has with Ohio State, like the SEC has with Georgia and Alabama and LSU and a couple of others to a lesser extent. But they have every year they can count on these teams being in this conversation. When they show up to the playoff, they can win and further the SEC.
Who would that team be? I don't know.
The SEC didn't become this juggernaut with Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. It became that by Florida and LSU and Alabama showing up at the BCS championship game in the 2000s and kicking fucking ass. So I do think there's still one program in the Big 12. I think if they were to get the coaching hire right, there's two actually. I can imagine a world where Houston becomes a huge program in college football. They've always had money around the program, but they've always been kind of an outsider. Now they're an insider. They're behind the eight ball. They're not really handling the switch to the Big 12 very well.
But Fritz, I don't know
where they are. Where they are, they can Texas recruit and they can Louisiana recruit. And that's two major states.
That is true. Houston or Texas Tech? Who do you think has the more potential?
I think Houston has
Cody Campbell. Texas Tech has $1 billion. But I mean, so does Houston.
I think Houston has more potential. I think Texas Tech is exercising their potential better. They're actually doing the things to get their potential to where it ought to be.
Yeah.
But Houston, to me, has this explosive potential that nobody has been able to realize. And maybe I'm just fantasizing it because they're in this gigantic metro. I just feel like if you're in anybody who's in a gigantic metro and can't recruit very well, I just wonder what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And it really, and another one.
And I mean, I guess we've seen Houston do it in basketball. I mean, they've become a legitimate year in and year out national contender.
UCF, by the way, UCF in Orlando, surrounded by Florida talent. If they could ever get their money to match, even get 75% of the money of the schools around them, they could do something.
Yeah, that just feels like a
pie in the sky.
Not enough oxygen in the room.
Yeah,
they're playing. They have to play so. But then, and again, you could say, well, TU in that Texas, but no, again. Texas just has resources.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. They always do. Like I was looking at this idea of or I can't remember what the impetus for it was, but I looked at like Oklahoma, A&M, and Texas recruiting, seeing if this is when I was thinking that Venables sucked and is Oklahoma going to fall off? And you look and no, like all three of them finished top 10 or right near the top 10 every single year, just because there's enough to go around.
Well, Venables does suck.
I agree. I had
Yeah.
a little crow after the 10-win season, but even the
That was a fake. That was a soft.
even the
fake
10-win
10
season, they fucked it up because
Yeah.
they beat Texas and didn't make the playoff and
Yeah.
allowed Texas to win the Big 12
Yeah.
and make the playoffs. So.
Yeah, he is not. He is not the coach for that program, and they call me asshole, and they call me an idiot, and they call me a moron
Yeah, they
for
get
pointing it out, and then they're going to fire him at the end of this year, and they're going to be like, "Well, we knew the whole time."
I like Jim Nagy, though, the new
thanks.
GM. That's a good pickup. The guy that's been running the Senior Bowl, former longtime scout. I imagine even in a Venables regime change, he'd have a very good chance of
Well,
staying.
they're doing a full regime change. Their athletic director just announced. He's
Oh, yeah,
stepping
Joe
down.
Castelloni at the end of the year, right?
What do we got here?
This is
2 minute
where we're at.
drill.
30. Oh, they're down 31-28.
Yeah,
36 seconds left. They're driving.
Bro, they got to get this. They got to get this.
Oh my god.
Are you the kicker still, T-Bob? You
No. Beef is a kicker now. I did hit, credit to me. I did hit a kick to send us to the first playoff appearance.
Ah, that just wasn't it.
He dropped it, motherfucker, dude. When I tell you I have a real pit in my stomach
He had
right now.
3 guys open. Why did he throw?
Up for
Who's got the sticks right now?
Trust in Rick.
on,
Rick has
WBR.
been.
Rick has the sticks, does he? I
Yes,
can tell.
yes. Rick
that
has.
is Rick.
Rick
Okay.
has been the
Oh,
one.
no.
my
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh,
We got
fuck.
4th and 10.
Where are they at on the field?
51-yarder.
No
Oh
way.
God! Oh no! No! No!
You gotta go.
What happened there?
They iced him. Duke called a timeout.
Oh no.
Duke called a timeout.
He had it.
I didn't know the game could ice. Oh,
Oh.
shit.
It's in. It's in. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. Oh my God!
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. They were up 21
There's
to
Hoopify getting a
9.
vlog in.
Oh, what is that? His 12th one of the day?
He got
Did white boy Rick just blow the national?
Holy shit.
No. Like,
Wait, what's Cody and Wyatt doing back there?
Wait, Cody and Wyatt.
Yeah, watch the show.
not like this, dude.
Was
Not
that
like
Cody
this.
from the Tate stream?
No.
Wait, fuck! Cody and Wyatt are back there.
Yeah, but
Oh, losing to Duke.
Who's clipping the show?
when you were up 21-9.
By the way, at 21. By the way, each season on average right now, dude, is taking 4 hours
Because you guys are playing
Why?
every game, right?
because they have to play every game.
That is.
They got to Ohio State at 2 a.m. and that just completed this. Oh my bro, I'm gonna throw up.
So
This is actually terrible.
confetti curse.
Tate was so fucking close to escaping that room, and oh my, I've never felt this much emotion over a video game loss. I feel so. This is terrible.
Imagine how Clemmer feels.
Connor, go get Cody.
yeah, this is
Go,
crazy.
go, go, go.
Watch the show, Cody.
Go get Cody in here.
Come on.
How do you do that? We must be delayed as hell.
Is that Doug from softball?
What were you doing?
I was watching them lose.
Bro, that
The hurt?
what are they gonna do?
You got to think 2052 is their year.
Is
Also,
that where they are?
Aren't they running out of time too?
yes, no, it's gonna be season 26. You only get 30 seasons. They'll have
Hey.
to start back at Akron if
No, that
Yeah.
can't. That can't.
yes,
Your
yes.
coach retires or dies or something.
At some point, does somebody need to step in and say, "No, you guys just couldn't do it.
I
You couldn't do it."
I feel like throwing up. I mean, they were so close, dude. And there's no way Rick's got another season left in him.
20.
No, you gotta keep going.
Do we have okay, because they've called in ringers before, right?
Yeah.
For basketball streams. We need to put out a all hands on deck.
Blutman's here. Blutman's good.
I
No,
know.
he was saying the input delay is no good.
I fixed it.
No, we need
All right, so then
we need
Blutman.
we need a pro.
Do you think Blutman's eyes can hold up for 6 hours?
Blutman
though?
considers himself a pro.
Well, I mean, if he's bitching about input delay, I guess,
Calls himself
that's kind
a-
of like a flex.
He calls himself he said he was a top 100 Madden player in the world at one point.
Okay, then I'm calling on Blunt to step the fuck up.
I can break out the control freak and get to work.
We're
I
good.
do
We're
love a
good.
control.
Cody.
I do
All
love
right,
a
cool.
control freak, Cody, though. Good call.
Yeah, thanks.
Make that stick a little bigger.
So
What if
here's
you could have a control freak for your dick. Actually, they have that. You can.
pull up Cody's tweet from this morning.
God, what?
What are we doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He has
That's
the
the
Josh
question.
Allen jersey on, but no dogs out today.
Wow. Guess you weren't committed to the lifestyle. Guess it was just a little fake 1 or 2 day thing, Connor. Guy from my gym keeps asking me if I want to go lift. I said, nah, bro, I got an Uber.
Thanks, T-Bob.
That was funny. That was funny.
This is why he does it.
Yeah, that was good. That was funny. That's a joke. Like, jokes are supposed to be funny.
Get out of here.
Right.
I thought you did great, Cody.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Skycam debut.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Skycam.
Oh, my God, dude. I can't.
That is awesome.
I can't shake it.
You know what that's for?
Imagine.
I'm trying to think. Y'all always
What could we put under
funny
that
shit going on.
under that camera?
Probably 2 dudes
What
fucking.
board? What board game?
2 dudes fucking coming
Chess?
soon.
That's chess cam.
Let's go, dude.
It's more of a shoots and ladders cam, if you ask me.
So it's a board game cam.
Backgammon.
Talk about a stupid-ass fucking game. And I played a lot of shoots and ladders. Like,
Oh, you're more of a.
Jeremy, you know.
You're probably like Candyland, you fucking simpleton, you fuck.
Look how
both- both
this one
games-
zooms so much.
both games, you have no agency.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoa, too much zoom.
This is the same camera that fucked over LeBron in the playoffs.
What does that mean? Oh, the Hawkeye.
The Hawkeye cam, yeah.
I was telling TJ we should do like you know how they do the camera for the kickoff on NBC, the Skycam. We got to get that to start the show one day.
I think for opening day next year, we have Fasoli come and we have him fly a drone through the studio.
But a Goodyear drone.
Last night I was struggling to go to sleep and I was on YouTube. And it suggested to me the YouTube short y'all put out of Jim Cornelison singing the national anthem here.
Yeah.
And I watched it. And it made me feel so good all over again.
He did it in somebody's yard.
Yeah, he did it in somebody's yard.
Saw
I
that.
think he'll just do it for you. And did we pay him or he just do it?
I don't know. I think he just like disappeared in a cloud of smoke after he finished.
Red, white, and blue smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you want to talk about college football?
Here's what I got. After I tell you about Shady Rays.
Hey, kids.
Shady Rays. You know that moment? The one you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach or on the roof of your car at a gas station 3 states away.
Shoot.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we've all been there.
Yeah. I know.
You've been there. I've been there.
I've been there.
But then we found Shady Rays, and it changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life. They're seriously good-looking shades. They're polarized. They're durable, and not stupidly
That was a good shot.
expensive. Yeah, take it all the way in. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now we can actually wear our sunglasses without fear on hikes, at concerts, on the boat, wherever. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code Mostly Sports for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code Mostly Sports, 35% off polarized sunglasses. T-Bob, as we go into this season, there are often years where we go in and there's a lot of certainty. Like last year, we knew Ohio State was going to be very good. We also thought Carson Beck at Georgia would be outstanding. This year, I think at the quarterback position, it is a year of more potential and upheaval and question marks than we're used to seeing. And I was gonna rank my top 10 quarterbacks last night for a little graphic, and I wanted to come to you for a little help because I look at it and I don't see a slam dunk 10, but I see a lot. There's so much room for movement in this top 10 because Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, all these teams that are near the top of the sport are breaking in new guys.
Yep.
And the only guy I have here in my top 10, which I don't believe in putting, like Julian Cyan at the end of the year might be a top 10 quarterback in the country. Same with whoever.
They're saying Keinholz.
Well, whoever it
did a
is.
good job, yeah.
Or if it's Ty Simpson or the true freshman at Alabama, they could be a top 10 quarterback in the country. The kid at Ole Miss, Austin Simmons, could be a top 10 quarterback in the country. But I'm not putting them in my top 10 because they haven't proven anything on the field yet. But I did put Arch Manning in there because Arch Manning, to me, with pedigree, with the flashes we have seen, with his athletic ability, and with the situation that he is inheriting, I think the best team in the SEC, I think I am going to slot him in the top 10. That is at once both hypocritical and probably correct.
No, I mean, it's not, though, because when we've seen Ty Simpson, he's been bad.
Correct.
We have not seen...
Gunnar Stockton wasn't exactly great. Of course, he was playing tough opponents.
Now Stockton is kind of like got a little bit of a Jalen Hurts vibe to him to me, and not in play style or anything else. in that I think he's going to be very good at winning football games. I don't know if you're going to be like, oh, Gunnar Stockton's fucking incredible, like statistically. But we haven't seen the freshman play. Like, we saw Arch play last year, and he did well. And now we got another year of seasoning, another year in the system, which Peyton Manning was talking about that in Homa at Manning Camp the other day, talking about how Peyton was talking about how he's a big believer in like consistency in a system and what an advantage it is when you have the same coach and you've been there.
And that is so fucking lost in today's day and age.
Yes, and it's something that Arch has. They have put their thumb on the scale for that.
Right.
He went to Texas knowing he wasn't going to play.
He's got 3 years in that system now.
Yes, Sark's been, and Sark's the mind. He's the guy. He's been there the entire time. So, yeah, Arch being a top 10 quarterback makes all the sense in the world. I think the question with Arch is he going to be like the number one guy by the end of the year? Is kind of the where you sit with him.
So there's multiple levels here. When it comes down to crowning my number one quarterback, I have 3 at the top, and I can't decide who number 1 is.
Okay.
And then if you go even past that, the guys like DJ Lagway, I have severe question marks about him. I think he's got all the potential in the world. I don't trust the coach to get it out of him. I don't think it's a very good coach. He won games last year, but he was making a lot of mistakes. They got pretty good. The receiver room's very underrated, and they got a great running back. Then you got Lenore Sellers, who I think needs to come a long way as a passer. You've got John Mateer at Oklahoma, put up huge numbers playing for nobody, against nobody, in front of nobody last year.
And it's like, do you trust
that he can go into this big stage and do it with a team who hasn't been able to figure out offense for a few years now? Diego Pavia is at the back half of this. Like, is he good enough to be in top 10? I don't know that he is. I don't think he is. Luke Altmaier, I don't love him, but he might be like a top 10 quarterback. He might be around 9 or 10. What's that face?
Well, yeah, just because you said you don't love Luke Altmaier, watch out. His friends are going to text him, and they're going to clip this and text him. And
yeah, we still have we have an interview coming out on Unnecessary Roughness. It was the first thing he
that's not out. That's not out yet. Okay.
And we had Bielema and Luke Altmaier on the couch, and Altmaier, right before he walked in, had gotten fed
many receipts of
tweets, either tweets or video clips of me, and he just sat there staring at me the whole time. And I was halfway through, I'm like, "What? You good? You all right, man?"
I mean, and it comes with the added context of y'all being high school rivals as well.
Yeah. Well, he went to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
he had the.
Oh yeah, that's true. Y'all were born to hate each other.
He had the nerve. No. He had the nerve. He's a Mississippi State fan.
Oh.
He had the nerve to tell me he's more Bulldog than I am.
What?
I said, you signed and played at Ole Miss. We're not the same, brother.
No.
But anyway,
so Luke
good quarterback, good solid quarterback.
He could get in the top 10.
So here, Haynes King, not a top 10 passer, but probably a top 10 quarterback at Georgia Tech. You'd agree? I mean, like,
I love
gamer.
Haynes.
We all love Haynes.
I love Haynes King.
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier, John Mateer, like I said, Arch Manning. But let's start at the top, because I think these are the 3 that can be argued for the best quarterback in the country. Okay, Cade Klubnik at Clemson.
Yep.
Drew Aller at Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Nussmeier at LSU.
So I mean, I got Aller as a firm number 3 there. And
this is where I differ from everybody else. Everybody loves to shit on Aller. Everybody loves to point out, oh, Aller. Aller is something like, whatever his record is sterling, but he's got like 59 touchdowns and I think 6 or 7 interceptions.
I'll say this though.
And he has not had receiver one. Has not had one receiver.
I agree.
And when he got in the playoffs,
is he going to have him this year?
Yes. He got the guy from USC. He got multiple guys. So they
got spring portal receiver in Trevor Pena from Syracuse.
Oh, Trevor Pena is a beast.
When they got to who they play? They got to Notre Dame, and they played Ohio State. They're playing elite defenses, and that is when the lack of receivers absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah.
And he couldn't have a receiver separate. Now he doesn't have Tyler Warren. He is a great quarterback who has thrived despite not being given great weapons.
I agree.
And people act like he is just terrible, and they don't use their eyeballs. They use their gut instincts of what they decided when he was a freshman and he went to Ohio State and was terrible. Like, he is another guy who's played. He will be a 3 or 4 year starter at this point.
Third year.
I think Drew Aller is fantastic. I think he's got all the tools in the world. And finally, James Franklin got off his fucking ass and gave him a receiver.
I agree.
Kyron Hudson, by the way, is the name. Is it Kyron Hudson or Kyron Lacey? Which one? Kyron Lacey was LSU. Kyron Hudson. I just remember the game last year when we had dueling Kyron.
No, I agree with everything you said. In fact, like, I even look back 2 years ago with Aller, and He had like 20-something touchdowns. He only threw one interception, and that was kind of buoyed about as a good point. To me, that wasn't a mark against him. It was a mark against Franklin. Only one interception meant that Franklin had him playing so tight.
Right.
Like he wasn't allowed to go for plays. He wasn't allowed to make mistakes. I feel like under Koldenecki last year, they grew.
Yeah.
He was more willing to engage with mistakes, to engage with risk. I think that's only going to grow here. I think he's going to be awesome.
Can I, just to add on to that,
Yeah.
you're 100% right, because Franklin would flaunt that. Well, he's only thrown like one pick.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the problem.
He's a first-year starter. Let him loose. Let him make mistakes. Let him learn. So what you saw last year, especially in the bigger games, yes, was because of a lack of receivers, but it was also because these were the mistakes he should have been making in his first year as a starter that you robbed him the opportunity of. So now, as a third-year starter, he was always like a year behind.
Yeah.
And this is where like he should really flourish, especially second year in Koldenecki's system. And he now has receivers and both running backs coming back. The best offensive line that we've had since the 90s. Like he's going to be really good.
And by the time you get to your third year starting,
Yeah.
I mean, it really slows down.
Yeah.
Like you are so comfortable. So again, I think Aller's awesome. I just think that Nuss and Klubnik are maybe a little bit better. Not from a pro potential standpoint, because the pros are going to trip over themselves for Aller because he's massive, he's got a body and everything. But I mean, some of the throws that I saw Nuss rip last year, and granted he went through a downswing, but I like how he emerged out of the downswing, and I love
He
his
fought through
weapons.
some injuries too.
LSU is, and they didn't have a running game at all. He had no support. Like it was just like 3rd and 1, they'd be throwing like quick outs and like you have to get the first down. So I think there's a big growth year for him. Second year starting for him, that's going to be huge. And then for Klubnik, it's that's why I chose to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
It's a third year starting. It's a very good young receiving core that they've all been at another entire offseason together. Everybody's
And they've
coming
grown
back
together, yeah.
Gonna have an incredible defense. It's like a more complete team than LSU's gonna have. Not a more complete team than Penn State, however. But I'd probably go Klubnik, Nuss, Aller, if I were to rank those three.
See, I think I go. They're all three. I don't know.
You're split. I mean,
I might go. I think I'm going Klubnik 1, Nuss 2, Aller 3. But I think Aller is right there with him. And then Sam Levitt is probably my number 4. Sam Levitt for Arizona State, I think is fantastic.
Do you think that's a bit of?
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a bit of maybe? And I'm not disagreeing that he's a fantastic quarterback, but a bit of like recency bias in terms of like the last game we saw him play was like he was like dying on the field and everything, and maybe like that.
Who, Aller, are you talking about?
No,
Klubnik?
Levitt, like where he's like laying his whole body out on the line, and like you really like what you see like in the moment. But is he necessarily the fourth best quarterback?
I think he's taking. I think
the growth he had through the season last year was pretty wild.
Yeah, and they were awesome.
He took a team that was picked to be 15th in Big 12, and basically beat Texas in the playoff game. Like they were that good. They were right
Should
there.
have been targeting.
Then I also think it's. I think it's a lack of proven quarterbacks this year. I don't think most years Sam Levitt would enter fourth on my list. I think he's probably a guy that would be at the back half of the top 10, maybe even below that. But like, I'm not a huge believer in Lagway this year. Maybe when he gets a new coach next year, I will be.
That's the name, like, because I used to.
Lagway might have the potential to be the best, but I don't think this coach can get it out of him.
I used to host Snaps with Aaron Murray, and of course, Aaron's the SEC's all-time leading passer. He's very good at breaking down quarterbacks. He watches a ton of quarterback film. He's also very funny. Love you, Aaron. But he is a massive Lagway guy. Like his evaluation of Lagway, like I think he has Lagway as the best quarterback in the SEC.
I can see that. I think that's in him. I think he might be the most talented quarterback in the SEC. Oh, or just in the SEC. But I think he is way, way, way up there. But I think
This is the interesting thing about Napier.
Napier's going to hold everybody back.
Is that when he was at UL, he was kind of viewed as a bit of an offensive like genius. Genius is maybe stretching it, but like he was thought to be a top offensive mind. He got a ton out of their quarterback play.
Yeah.
I mean, the consistency he had at UL is something you never see at that school. And so it's been, I guess I'm trying to think about how I want to frame this. I wonder if we've maybe overcorrected bad on Napier. Now, a lot of that's been his own doing, but now with a second-year uber-talented quarterback with some of the juice they built where if Lagway doesn't go down, maybe they beat Georgia. They stop Ole Miss from going to the playoff. They stop LSU from going to the playoff to end last year. Like, maybe revenge of the Napier.
Maybe
a little bit here.
Maybe.
Something kind of interesting about your list, Brandon, is you do not have the two highest rated transfer quarterbacks in your top 4, and 2 guys that have played in playoff games. You do not have Carson Beck.
No.
Yeah.
And you do not have Nico Iamaleava, who and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not Iamaleava.
I
I'm
don't
not
believe
saying
in
that
either
they
one of
need to be in your top 5, but I just think it's interesting that neither
They're
of them.
definitely not top 5.
I think
Carson Beck, top 10.
I think Carson Beck has top 5 potential. There was a period in his sophomore year, the year before last, where he had about a 5-game stretch where he was as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
He was fucking amazing. But there's something between the ears that isn't computing.
Bro, he's checked out right now.
There's something between the ears that's not computing. He did not get any better. He got worse. That team did seem to despise him.
That's the biggest red flag.
Yeah.
That's the biggest red flag. He didn't leave for the bowl game for the pros or anything. He got hurt, and they still shit talked him. Even Kirby Smart did.
Yeah.
He literally said the boys play harder for Gunnar Stockton. Do you know how fucking wild that is? Yeah. It's and then there was an interview with Stockton a couple months ago where they're asking about Beck, and he had kind of a smirk on his face and said something about nah, he didn't really talk. So I think Carson Beck got lost in the NIL sauce a little bit.
Which is one of the downfalls. I think that's exactly where Nico is. Nico could stay there and have kept developing under a very good quarterback coach, and he got lost in the NIL. Now he's going to be at UCLA. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
It ain't going to work. No. Dude, Josh Heupel, if you're a quarterback,
that's where you
want
need
to
to
play
be
for Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
He's giving you a great defense, an incredible running game. He gives you easy 50-50 decisions. No. And even within that context, Iamaleava he was okay.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think Nico's a top 10 guy. I think Beck is borderline top 10. The problem is when he looked like the number 1 pick, he had Brock Bowers and who else am I forgetting?
Oh, the wide receiver that went to the Chargers.
McConkey.
Thank you.
Two guys that just dominated the NFL. He had legitimate Sunday guys. And that's not a criticism towards him. It's just to say that last year he struggled when it was more regular weapons. Mm-hmm. And now he's going to a Miami team that lost every top receiver. And I know they're telling me that they brought in good guys, they have good young players, whatever, but it doesn't really jump off the page, and they literally lost all their top pass catchers from last year.
There will be a bunch of those guys I mentioned, like the Alabama guy or the Ohio State guy, maybe the Ole Miss guy, that jump up into the top 10 during this season. A couple guys that I don't know if it will, but they are underrated, and I really thought hard about them. Holstein at Pitt.
Love Eli Holstein, Louisiana kid.
Josh Hoover.
Where's Hoover from?
TCU.
I don't know much about Hoover, to be fair. I haven't watched TCU football since they lost to Colorado.
And then Baron Morton at Texas Tech, who's going into his 3rd year starter.
Same thing with where I'm at with Texas Tech is Joey McGuire's got to prove that he's deserving of the NIL support that he has.
Well, if he doesn't do it this year, then
he's out.
He's
out.
Because they have gone all the fuck in.
Yes.
And they are they have put together a roster that ought to be competing, but that's what the NIL kind of fools people. It's one thing to put together a roster that looks like it ought to compete, and it's a whole other thing to compete.
Yeah, I mean that's why you gotta that's why it's up to the coach.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin had a top 5 roster in the country last year, lost to Kentucky.
So that's why I'm a big believer in. So you know the blue chip ratio thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. It's got to be about 50%. Blah blah. I love using blue chip ratio as a way to measure coaches. How is your team performing in relation to other teams that are at your level? So you look at Miami, that's a consistent disappointment. We rightfully ding Mario Cristobal. We rightfully ding Texas A&M because they are consistently falling short of, and there's teams around them.
Tennessee and Texas did it for years before Heupel and Sark got there.
Yes, exactly. They found
top
the right
5
guy.
recruiters every year, and they would go 6 and 6.
So that's on the coaches.
Yeah.
Same thing when you see a lower talented team rise up. I say we use that to give the credits, a ton of credit to the coaches. So I guess it's to say that, yes, it does kind of tie in with Texas Tech. It's a great roster on paper. I just don't know if Joey McGuire is the guy. And I feel like it's been 2 or 3 years in a row where Texas Tech, and then they end up being pretty average. So I guess it's all to say I don't know much about their quarterback.
So I think I'm going Cade 1.
Cade 1?
Nuss 2.
I mean, and you could go out again 1, 2, 3. You're splitting hairs with those three guys.
I just do I have the guts to put Aller number 1 and deal with all the bullshit?
I think
Because I actually might like him the most.
I'll think of them some fertile soil bowl.
Well, that's people accuse me of doing that all the time.
But-
I do
but-
like to think about these things.
But your point stands. Third year starting, maybe the most complete team in the
And has
country.
never been given a receiver.
Incredible run support. I know Pena went there, and now has like actual.
And Kyron Hudson's good.
Yeah.
Kyron Hudson's good as well. And there's a third one.
Devontae Ross from
Thank
Troy.
you. Yeah. Thank
Who
you.
Now-
lit it up
he's-
when he played it.
He's disgusting.
Now, I
Yeah.
would say this: maybe the advantage that a Klubnik and a Nussmeier has is time on task with their guys, where they've been together and they'll be together again. Like a lot of those are going to be 2-3 year relationships. So it's up to Aller and the new guys to they have to. Connor, do we have any boots on ground reporting? Have they been in the lab?
Yes.
They've been in the lab.
And the beat
I
reporters
don't like the way you said that.
Are you sure they've been in the lab?
confirmed lab coat
How's your
on,
face doing that?
I don't know. I got a little
sleeves
skepticism.
rolled up. I know people don't put a lot of faith in what beat reporters say.
I think you should.
The-
I love beat reporters. I grew up like
I think they're the fucking
beat
worst people
reporters
we
are
have.
fucking locked the fuck
The-
in on the team.
Yeah,
Penn
but they
State-
want to be liked, and they want to be. They want everybody in the building to like them, and they're not going to ever,
But you
ever,
have
ever
to.
say anything. Right? You have. No, why do you have to?
for access.
They're not right.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell the truth. They're going to say, "Oh boy, this coach texted me about. Boy, he's been looking good in practice."
There are I think you have to know who you can trust and who you can't. There are some that are more like that than others. It's a delicate, very tough
Also,
dance to be a beat reporter.
the rise of fan journalism has pretty much destroyed the credibility of beat reporters to me. The rise of guys who can start up, crimsontusk.com and get access, like those guys. Those guys have ruined the actual.
Now, those guys are the guys that you really can't trust, though. Like the old school beat reporters still have some.
How many of those are left?
journalistic
3?
integrity.
5?
There's a few. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a Mississippi State guy. I know that. Like, I'm sure there's some over there.
I don't think I do.
Clarion Ledger is like the
They
fucking
hire
training
kids-
ground for elite beat reporters.
They hire kids out of college and then they spend a year.
but they
there.
all end up being awesome. Or a lot of
They
them.
end up going to bigger things. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ian Rappaport was one. Courtney
Ross Dellinger.
Courtney Cronin, Ross Dellinger. I don't think he ever worked with Clarion, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
That's how he met his wife, Elizabeth Crisp. I think she was the editor. And
Oh,
he was,
really?
He was on the Mississippi State beat.
I'll be goddamn.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
But anyway, sorry. What were you trying to say, Connor?
Siku was there.
All I'll say is that the beat reporters, their number one criticism for the past 2 or 3 years has been the lack of growth at receiver. And
Yeah.
they are very, very critical. That's the only talking point is the wide receivers aren't where they need to be.
Yeah, because it's
but
an
now,
obvious weakness among an otherwise perfect team.
But now, this year, this offseason, it's the first time where they're like, oh my God, actually, these receivers look legit.
But are they in the lab?
They are.
Where else would they be? Do you think they're on the beach?
Maybe they're. I'm saying, are they out there like running routes literally every day of the summer with Aller?
Or also Nuss is bringing
yes.
bringing back some of his guys,
Right.
but he's added in some transfers too.
Yeah, he has. But the
Yeah.
core's there. Aaron Anderson's back. Xavier Thomas is back.
Barry Brown's going to
watch
come
out-
in and want to be number 1.
Watch out for Trades Green.
No,
That's that guy.
I don't have to watch out for anybody.
Holy fuck!
What's he going to do to me?
Watch out for he's bigger than you. He could beat the fuck out of you. Trades Green bigger than you.
Bigger than me?
Bigger than you. I'm telling you.
Yes, Ebo, you had your face perfect.
Yeah, I was just wondering what happened to the LSU. Where are we at on the LSU edge defender? What was his name? The freshman?
Harold Perkins.
Harold Perkins. Where are we at on him?
He
Forgot how to
'Cause
play
he-
football for a couple of years.
He
It's-
came in. We thought he was the freakiest athlete we've ever seen.
So here's the deal.
Whit Weeks market corrected him.
Here's the deal. Freshman year, it was a nice slice of the playbook with him where it's like, okay, you're so athletic, we're going to put you on the edge. You are going to rush the passer on third down. He had unbelievable performances, but he had them against terrible quarterbacks. At the time, like the Auburn game that he won for LSU, it was Romy Ashford was that quarterback. When he won the Arkansas game for LSU, who was the big guy they used to have? He had just gotten hurt.
Oh, KJ.
Yeah, KJ just gotten hurt, and so it was like some backup that had never played before. So he's too light. He cannot be an everyday down edge defender. So the next year they move him nickel linebacker, and he was actually awesome.
Yeah.
He had over 10 TFLs. He was the highest graded linebacker in pass coverage in the country, but he didn't feel as impactful because he wasn't like
Putting the
causing
quarterback on
forced
the run.
fumbles or whatever. And then they tried him inside linebacker, and he just is too light. He's not good enough. So now he's playing the position of star, which is a hybrid safety linebacker, and I think he could make it work. That's you got to use him like a playmaker. You just got to try to put him in places where he's going to succeed, but he will never attain the game impact that he had.
Why don't you just
in that
put him
freshman year.
in the same spot that he was as a freshman and say, go do what you did then?
Because he can't. Yeah, I don't think. I don't like. I think
he should.
What I'm saying is, I think that, like I said, the bad quarterback. Like, I think there were some interesting elements that maybe led that to looking a bit better than it was. Because they've tried rushing him against passer, and he can't defend the run there. Tackles eat him alive. He's so much smaller than me. He won't play in the NFL there either.
Yeah. Do you have an advertisement? Or
No, I don't
have the
actually.
one?
Nope.
We only have the one? Okay. How are the boys back on the field yet, or are they still laying there?
They're 4-0 right now.
Oh my God!
They're about to play Nebraska.
They ought to have the team pretty much. If
So-
they've been at Ohio State 4 or 5 years, they ought to have the
Yes.
team where it should be.
Shout out to Beefcake. His name's not really Beef. I think it's Ryan, right?
Right. You keep saying Beef. We have a guy named Beef.
No, I know, but then Chad started calling him Beefcake, and now his nickname's been shortened to Beef, so he is now Beef. But he came in and he started really doing the recruiting. We thought we could ignore recruiting, honestly. We had it on auto for the first.
Well, you could if
12
you
hours.
go ahead and win it in the first 2 or 3 years, but if you don't do that, then yeah, you.
But we
probably-
started anyway. The point is, like, we thought recruiting would be bad. You have to recruit. We've learned, and so yes, they have an incredible team at Ohio State, much better than they've had the whole time. Also, though, I appreciate Tate for being a man of principle, but he does deserve some of this because many hours
Should
ago,
have just taken the Michigan job.
they were offered a 90 overall Michigan job, and he said no. And credit now, he's at Ohio State. He got to where he wanted to be, but
right, but
get the fuck out the room. Like, get free
here's the
yourself.
thing. Here's the thing. A, get out of the room. B, you're not just representing yourself. You have a room full of people that are helping you do this. Lucas is helping you. White Boy Rick is helping you. Like, let's all put aside any petty differences here. Get the job done.
I agree.
Blutman, how come you haven't stepped in and saved the
But what we need, come on, what are you doing?
Well, I went on there. I played, scored a touchdown, threw a pick, said bad input delay, and I haven't been put in since. The input delay's fixed. I haven't been given the call.
I mean, blaming a pick on input delay, it might as well be yelling lag.
He did do
It
that.
is.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That is part of his character archetype, though. He did that last year.
I saved the Mostly Sports Dynasty last year by helping get TJ to fix it.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about a person by if they're
You
TV
could
has
tell if a
input delay or
person
not.
plays video games or if they're a gamer by if they actually know what input delay is. And like people that are watching that aren't playing on that don't understand there's a bad delay.
Blutman, 10-second answer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Number 1 quarterback in the country this year, Aller, Nussmeier, or Klubnik?
I think it's going to be Sussy for Nussy. I think the numbers that he'll be able to put up in that offense is going to far outweigh anything else that any other quarterback does.
Very good.
We got 3 seconds left.
He's very good at answering questions.
No, you have to just give him whatever parameters you want to give him. He will stick within those parameters.
Or else I'm going 2 seconds or 273 seconds.
Correct.
And
So-
no in between.
Yeah, I've learned with him. If you tell him what you expect out of him, you're going to get that. But if you let him do his own thing, God help you.
Look, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to know what are the expectations and guidelines in which I'm operating.
Yeah,
Good leadership.
What makes me successful in this position?
Yes.
You tell me what, and I'll do it.
Sound drive.
Can Liam and I pitch you on a quarterback? Do you want to pitch him on?
That's cool.
Do you want to pitch him on Devin?
Yeah, Devin. Do you want?
No, you don't have to pitch me on Denver.
You want to
I
buy some
pitched him
Devin
on
Dampier
Devin,
stock?
Utah. Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to
Wait,
be very
who's
good.
this? Who are we pitching?
Devin Dampier,
He'll be the
Utah.
starting quarterback at the University of Utah this year. One of the best, at avoiding sacks, which is an incredibly valuable
Comes from New Mexico.
skill.
State.
And he also
No,
is
New
a.
Mexico.
But he will
He's
not put
must-see
up
TV.
overwhelming numbers.
No,
he'll
he is
put
an
up numbers.
he's an explosive
I'm
runner.
saying in the Utah offense, though, they like to play a more.
It's New Mexico's OC that's going with them to Utah.
Okay.
This,
when
I'm
all
seeing
this,
a lot of
Cam's
QB
trying to
OC
grow.
combos moving.
I think that
around.
is kind of like the way it goes now, right?
Yeah.
Cam Ward
Mateer.
did something very similar.
Mateer and his guy from.
Arbuckle.
Well, that was Pete Pavia and his boy last year,
Did
wasn't it? At Vandy.
It's a lot of people that go and do the preseason talking to football like what they did in the Big 12 and all their coaches and stuff saying who's going to play in the championship game. And one person at Utah in there, it's a lot of non-ball knowers on the coaching staffs. tough look.
I mean, if Utah had like any semblance of quarterback play last year, they're probably like a playoff contender.
Utah's great. They just had it's just the Cam Rising saga just ended in the worst possible way. Whittingham knows what he's doing. 2 years ago, Utah's consistency was one of the most surprising aspects in all, or kind of streaks in all of college football. Yeah, I think Utah's as good a choice as any to win the Big 12.
I think Utah's one of the biggest I just think that they're a surefire playoff team.
What's this guy's name though?
Devin
Dampier.
Dampier.
I'm about to look up. After the show, I want to watch a Devin Dampier highlight.
Yeah, and you're gonna smile.
That was like I fell in love with Garrett Green before the season last year because I didn't watch much Garrett Green, and then I watched the. Oh my God.
You're gonna see Devin Dampier do the fake pitch, and you're gonna be, I'm all
hell yeah.
He also went to Saguaro High School. What a great name for a high school.
If you went by someone
Saguaro's a powerhouse.
whose stock's in the gutter.
Yeah, they put a lot of guys into Washington. Byron Murphy, others too.
No, I was talking to Evo when I said it.
It was a guy that I was very high on last year.
Byron Brown?
I think Miller Moss might have a little bit of bounce back at Louisville.
Yeah. Well, Louisville's a good place to go.
I think Jeff Brom, he's got a little bit.
He knows how to coach quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a little whisper in him. So, I mean, he got Tyler Shucks to the second round.
What about Jackson Arnold? Jackson Arnold was a victim of shitty coaching and shitty receivers at Oklahoma.
I was going to say Jackson Arnold should be great because of the receivers at Auburn.
Yeah.
And if Hugh Freeze cannot get Jackson Arnold to be great,
his ass is out.
Then, true. But also we have to strip him of the title of like offensive sharp.
And I think we might have already should have stripped that because
maybe so.
I thought when he got there, at least the offense would be good, and it has been the exact opposite. Now I want to transition because I don't want to talk college football the whole time. We got other sports. So WNBA, Angel Reese got the cover of the NBA 2K's WNBA edition, and she's on the cover of the main game, right? She's a secondary feature.
Congrats to the Bayou Barbie.
It's like another. It's like the Don't Back Down edition or something. I don't know.
So
there's many editions.
I have an announcement that I should have made earlier, and I'd like to make it now. Because Angel Reese was announced as this, and then if you look at the tweets and the quote tweets and the replies, it is pretty heinous.
Yeah.
And it's all Caitlin Clark fans. And I think I'm done. I will talk Angel Reese playing basketball. Mm-hmm. I will also, in a separate thing, talk Caitlin Clark playing basketball. I think they're both very good basketball players. And I think they're both what they have brought to the league is invaluable, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know that I will engage in any more Angel Reese / Caitlin Clark debates because there absolutely exists a significant part of the online fan base that fucking hates Angel Reese because she is black, and there is a part of the fan base that fucking hates Caitlin Clark because she is white. Yeah. And they fucking ruin sports when they take over these conversations and it just becomes this, that, and the other. Shut the fuck up. Sports are an enjoyable outpost for me to go and relax, and I don't want everything to turn into this. Angel Reese is a good basketball player. Caitlin Clark is a good basketball player. Let's fucking talk about that.
They got caught in the place that none of us ever want our favorite things to get caught in, but it ends up there all too often. They got caught up in the culture war.
Yeah.
In the crosshairs. Yeah. I mean, Connor, you know how it is in Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Like you can't
Don't I ever.
You can't have a valid criticism of or even celebrate anything Star Wars without somebody being like, woke this, woke that, or the opposite. It's just like it sucks when your favorite thing gets politicized.
Not just politicized, when the people that only see race for every single thing they ever do on either side of the aisle fuck everything up.
I agree, but it's all a subset. It's all in the same vein. It's like people who take anything in the world and filter it through a political lens. It's fucking insane, and it's annoying, and it ruins conversation about this thing that should be great.
Angel Reese did not get the cover of WNBA 2K because they wanted to ignore or take a shot at Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese got the cover because she is one of the more exciting players that has entered the league in a few years. There can be more than one really exciting player enter a league. It can happen. Now, Caitlin Clark is the better basketball player, and she is the bigger draw, but it doesn't mean Angel Reese isn't exciting and a draw in her own right.
Yeah, obviously.
Also, Angel Reese, not to glaze. I'm going to glaze. She has
glaze Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of.
I know it's not necessarily.
He's
Kind
on-
of problematic to say.
But
I think he's on our list.
It's kind
Oh,
of
his
problematic
list.
to say.
Well, we could say
Did we do your list?
no. That was a different list.
Okay.
This yeah.
Well, last night when you said this person was number 7 on your list, what list were you referring to?
It's the list.
right. What is the list?
The list.
And that person you were referring to.
I'll send it to TJ.
You have it written.
Angel Reese.
No, we did this on the show.
No,
I
we
don't
did
think we
not.
did.
No,
He's saying it's a
we
different
did not.
list.
This is the comprehensive, definitive list. Angel Reese, her team is awesome when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
And they've been able to get her into all these ad deals and now on the cover of 2K. And obviously, Caitlin Clark has like massive deals with State Farm and Nike and all that type
Caitlin
of
Clark
stuff.
is the bigger star and the better player.
For sure.
But I don't think we have to shit on Angel Reese because she's not the bigger
Angel
star
Reese
and
is
better player.
very marketable as well.
Yeah,
Well,
correct.
duh. She's like you said. She is
Beautiful.
very attractive. On top of being like very good at basketball.
Does
and a
Caitlin Clark
champion.
have her own cereal? That's just
Beats me. I don't
Also, I
think so.
feel like
Honey Nut Clarks?
people are really looking too much into who the cover athlete is because the cover, like, no one buys the game for the cover
Right.
anymore. They're more just drumming up a headline.
Well, also it's
than
lost a
anything.
little bit because now we get alternate covers, we get this, we
Covers
get
don't
that.
matter.
Like there's no more like
I mean,
singular.
people
cover
were
out.
freaking. It wasn't a legitimate freak out, but there were a lot of people online basically being like the main cover of SGA sucked, and that like their graphic designers didn't try hard enough. It's like this is like it's just supposed to be like a clean look, and it's like I did this better in 20 minutes in Photoshop, blah blah blah. It's like there's no healthy discourse around the cover. It's just like
There's the
No
Leave
healthy
No Doubt
discourse.
edition, which features everybody.
Doubt.
Which
It's
what
somehow-
does that even mean?
No Gwen Stefani on it.
And then and then there's the WNBA edition,
I will be getting this one.
and then there's the Superstar edition, and then there's just the regular edition.
Shut up, Mello.
Don't.
But people are also saying, why is there 2 Al Horfords and also a Luke Cornett in the regular?
Ignore. Don't let me ask this question.
I was gonna ask about cum tribute. What were you gonna ask about?
Does anybody buy the NBA 2K game for the WNBA?
I think there will be. Yeah, I think WNBA fans will.
definitely.
There will be many. I would say probably a majority of young women
Sure.
who like the league and maybe like 2K already, or maybe want to get into it. Now they're going to be. So like they have all the WNBA teams in there, I assume.
Now the more important
Right?
thing here,
They
yeah,
got the
I would,
WNBA
they
It's
would
also
have
not
to.
not the first year they've done it. Last year,
Yeah, they've done it for
last,
a while.
Last year, Asia Wilson was on the cover.
Okay, there you
the
go.
Year
So,
before
yeah.
Sabrina Ionescu was
I'm
on
sure
it.
there's.
I
people-
played a WNBA game against Smitty 5 years ago when my dog died.
People are just criticizing why hasn't the biggest star in women's basketball.
I will
Well,
say
it's a legitimate question, but
It's a little
It
perplexing.
doesn't mean.
But Angel's also awesome,
Yeah, shitting on the person who got it isn't going to accomplish the other. Okay.
and they're going to do Caitlin Clark next year.
The more important,
Obviously.
she might just get the cover by
Whoa,
herself.
it could be Becker's.
Beckers.
Yeah.
If you just skip over Clark for Beckers,
Did you see the Paige Becker's Jeopardy clip?
Yes, and it was again. I think I've said that on this show. Watching nerds try to answer sports questions on Jeopardy makes my butt itch. It is hard to watch. This is hard to watch. You want to watch it?
yeah.
Are you
I've
talking
never
about
seen it.
the
Yeah, I
one
wanna see
from
it.
last?
I think it was last night.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Okay, that's it. Sporty Stuff 800.
This UConn star had an intense spring in 2025, playing on her first national championship team and being picked first in the WNBA draft. Rahul.
Who is Caitlin Clark?
No.
Nerd.
Scott Sarah.
How? It's one
Paige
thing
Beckers.
if you look at that picture and you don't know who Paige Beckers is. You don't know it's Paige Beckers. It's another thing to look at that picture and think it might be Caitlin Clark.
That-
You
the
need to
thing
know
is-
who Caitlin Clark is.
The thing is, though, and I'm with you, but this is something that I lose sight of is just how it is possible to be so checked out of sports. It seems impossible to me because it literally defines my entire life. But I forget that there are people who are out there that like really don't engage at all.
Yeah.
Like less than zero.
I don't want to be in that.
Fuck no.
No, that's not. It's not who I want to be. Now, the most important thing that's happened on this show, I think we all agree, is the emergence of this list. So last night we are
Connor's list?
We are talking in the group chat.
Wait, I missed this.
You weren't paying attention?
No,
That's okay.
You-
So the group chat gets past me sometimes too.
It was with Megan the Stallion.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody sends a picture. Megan is dating Klay Thompson? ? That was tweeted.
Oh yeah, it said what a win.
T-Bob says, "What a win for Klay." And then Connor answers. There's another tweet. Devin Booker will earn more per year. This is from somebody who's I don't know who that is.
This is the picture.
Connor then says, "Megan the Stallion is number 7 on my list." That is all he says.
I got okay. So I got.
I said, well, looks like we have a segment tomorrow, boys. TJ, block off 45 minutes for Connor's list. Ebo says, I think we did this already. And now Connor's telling us that we didn't do this list. What is this list?
So 2-hour show.
What list did we do?
We did. You guys told me to rank my favorite musicians or something like that.
Okay, female musicians.
Female musicians. This is the list.
All people.
This is the list.
I believe Cardi B is on this list.
Cartoons too.
No.
So
living people, but cartoons if they were on there.
Is Cardi B on
that? We would need 45 minutes.
There are 6 people above Megan the Stallion that you would want to have sex with.
I'm not saying what the list is. This is the list.
All right. Well, we'll look at the list and determine what the list might be.
When did you even make this?
Wait a second. What? You had this the whole time?
He made this during the show today.
The list by Connor Griffin.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and see. Well, what format is it in? Is it just we're going to see the whole list, or
this is number 10, Kate Upton.
There's a name I have not heard
Kate
in a long
Upton.
time.
Now that's kind of a throwback a little bit, but there's 9 people ahead of her.
Did y'all ever see Justin Verlander's dick?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the jeans pick.
I never did.
Well, no, that's fucked up. She got caught up in all the fappening stuff, but Verlander's dick was all over that.
That was maybe the most frantic I had ever seen my high school friend group.
But listen, there was
day.
a point in my life if I had to crawl through a river of shit to get to a beautiful island, I'm getting to that island. If I had to crawl through a river of dick to get to those titties, throw the dicks at me.
Well, but also, I told you yesterday, I'm just as curious to see famous dicks. I just want to see if a new
you go ahead,
Orlando Bloom's dick when he was on the paddleboard back in the day. If a famous person's naked body drops in one way or another, even though it's morally and ethically wrong, especially when it's hacked to other knowledge, something like that, I have bad impulse control.
Sure,
and I will always go look it up.
All right, now Kate Upton is number 10 on this list. So I don't know what this. What is that? What does Kate Upton being number 10 tell us about this list? Maybe this is
with Stallion and Upton at 10 and 7. It's
best hair. Maybe could be
commercials.
Could be commercials. Yeah, very good. All right,
Empires.
Let's see number 9.
Number 9 is Minka Kelly
from Friday Night Lights.
Yes,
from Derek Jeter.
Also, she was at 500 Days of Summer.
Let me see.
She was Autumn.
Was she?
Yeah.
Wait.
At the end of that movie, she's also in Euphoria.
There was somebody named Autumn in 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah.
I think that's the play, right?
She's a beautiful gal. Yeah. So this, I'll just go ahead and say this seems like a list of really, really beautiful women.
Let's go to number 8, TJ.
Yeah. Wow, Minka Kelly, 45 years old. She looks unbelievable.
Amelia Clark. Now, I don't know who that is.
That's his Game of Thrones world.
That is Daenerys.
Is that the blonde hair girl?
Yes.
She's also great in Solo.
I would agree.
Is she blonde haired in real life, or is that
no?
She's brunette, but the blonde wig that she wears in Game of Thrones
is what you would require if she
tasteful,
were to...
very tasteful.
Unlike your comment just now.
That can't be the.
He's 40.
That can't be the only Thrones world on this list.
I'll spoil it right now, Blutman. It is.
That's a shocker from you.
It is.
All right, so we know number 7. It's Megan the Stallion.
Megan the Stallion.
Okay, so we skip Megan the Stallion and we go to number 6.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian.
What?
Kim K.
Is there not a? That's interesting to me.
This is just the list.
You got a Kim Kardashian take?
I don't know. I just feel like if you were listing your
I don't know what I'm listing.
You're listing your favorite cars. You wouldn't put a used car on the list.
Come on. That's fucked up.
Let's go to 5 today. Let's go to 5.
I don't know what it is about Kim K, because I used to have her Playboy in my freshman year of college, and I was quite obsessed with it. But maybe it's just, I don't know, whatever.
Do you like older women?
Salma Hayek.
These are all, except Megan the Stallion.
They're all mature
like
ladies.
35 plus.
Do you have what would?
Salma Hayek's.
Is there anything in your life that would make you appreciate older ladies?
My mother is not related to the list.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Connor? Who said anything about your mother?
I know where you're going.
Yeah, look, Freud. Okay, first off, Freud would say otherwise. And secondly, you just said your mom.
Oh, Oedipus
Nobody
Connor
else.
over here.
Yeah,
Well, okay, no.
nobody said
Go to number 4 then, because this changes everything.
You eat pussy?
Wait, hold on, though. Hold on. Before we get to Tate McRae,
Tate McRae's 4.
We do need to mention, I mean, Selma Hayek literally defies time.
These are all timeless.
She is a vampire up there with
Yes.
Keanu Reeves and her ability to stay physically beautiful.
They're all
like Keanu.
stunningly beautiful.
She's great in Grown Ups too.
Grown-ups as well, or grown-ups too?
I also thought about it.
I'd say specifically Grown Ups too, but it could apply to as well.
Grown Ups, the sequel.
The sequel, yes.
Okay, all right. The number 4 was Tate McRae.
Tate McRae, number 4.
I don't think I know who Tate McRae is.
She's not. She just throws it.
Go watch her F1 movie music video.
She just puts it out.
And Ebo, you're alluding to her sexual nature. Again, this is just the list.
No, it's a great song.
Okay, yeah.
Is this like one of
They
those
did play it
lists where you're on a plane naming Ram athletes, but you did it for naming as many women as you could?
No.
Okay, Tate McRae's beautiful, and it's more approachable
She's
beauty
beautiful.
than
She's a beautiful gal.
than some of the list.
Sure.
She's also
I liked
massively
it.
younger than the rest of the list.
Correct.
I think she's like 20.
She's a beautiful gal.
She just had her birthday a couple weeks ago. Happy birthday, Tate
I'm a
McRae.
fan of both males and females. I've always been a massive fan of a strong nose as well. I wish I had a bigger nose.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that take 100%. But again, this is just
know that I've
like
never,
fucking Alan Rickman.
never considered noses.
Fan of a strong.
Number 3.
Number 3, Jessica Alba.
Now that was me growing up. That I used to have. The biggest
Again, that seems a little older for you. You didn't live through the prime of Jessica Alba like we did.
You ever seen her in Good Luck Chuck?
Yeah. How the fuck have you seen Good Luck Chuck?
I watched it when I probably shouldn't
Wait,
have watched it.
was Good Luck Chuck though Jessica Biel?
Jessica Biel, right?
It's Jessica
No.
Biel. Yeah, it's Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel was in Good
No,
Luck
that's Jessica Alba.
Oh, what was Jessica
Oh,
Biel
no,
in?
sorry. We're thinking of I'm not even thinking of Good Luck Chuck. We're both thinking.
Oh, I love you, Chuck and Larry.
I love you, Chuck and Larry.
What's the one where
Or no,
he's-
I now pronounce you
Chuck and Larry. Yeah.
Dane Cook, man, what a run.
Yeah.
Wait, I do not remember Good Luck Chuck.
I don't remember that at all.
Is this the one where he's the store clerk? Or is
No, that's
God,
Employee of the Month.
I had forgotten
That's a
about
good movie.
Dane.
I'd go.
That's a good TV movie.
I'd go Biel over Alba though.
Yeah. I mean, Seventh Heaven.
But we don't know what this list is.
Yeah,
about.
we don't know what the list is all about.
What's number 2?
Number 2, you guys might not know who this is. Oops. Oh, no!
Oh.
Haley Atwell.
It's Burr's wife.
No,
No.
that's Haley B.
Oh, she's in Euphoria.
Is she a ballerina?
What?
Tutu?
No, Haley Atwell is... Wait,
I don't know that. I don't know if that hit.
I didn't get that reference at all.
It hit for a couple of you. I got Blutman.
Good, Brandon.
I got Blutman on board.
Brandon
Tutu
loves
Atwell?
to. Brandon's favorite player, I think, in the NFL.
Oh.
She's in something that I've watched. Oh,
She's in.
that was
She's
good.
Peggy
That was
Carter
fucking-
in
I
Captain
just got it.
America,
I just got it. That was good.
and she's in the Mission Impossible movies.
Wait, she was just in something that I saw the other day. What was it?
Well, she's in
Mission Impossible.
Final Reckoning and Dead Reckoning. Which, by the way,
What just fart?
no, a lot of people love Rebecca Ferguson. I'm now catching up on all the Mission Impossible movies. A lot of people love Rebecca Ferguson. Haley Atwell, it kills those movies. I love her in those movies.
All right, so
That's 2.
I know Dua Lipa's 1.
Dua Lipa is 1.
So it begs the question: what about Olivia Rodrigo?
This is a different list. This is the list.
That's your female pop stars list. This is your list. So if Olivia Rodrigo was ahead of Tate McRae on pop stars list, how did Tate McRae then get on this list and Olivia did not?
It's up to interpretation.
Strong nose.
But no, anybody?
You don't know what the list is.
You have no idea what it is.
Is that the game? We're supposed to guess what the list is?
Dua Lipa feels like y'all's age.
What do all these people have in common?
Woman of all time.
So I actually, when I was in Mexico, there was a random street that had like Hollywood stars of fame, and I found one for Dua Lipa. I took a picture with it. I'm trying to find it.
You took a picture with her Mexican star.
Yeah. But I can't find it. Fuck.
You were just there last week.
Took a lot of pics. But so that's the list. That was my list. When I said Megan Thee Stallion was 7, that's the full top 10 list.
All right.
I actually I don't know if I'm not a huge fan of your top 5, but that's fine.
Yeah, I thought that list
Each
kind of
their
tailed off there. To be
Each their
honest,
own.
Well, it got more niche, except for like Dua Lipa. Yeah, more niche interests. Like there were specific
is that
memories.
girls you'd want to have at your bistro?
Free kisses. Just ask. That's what the sign says in my bistro. No, I can't reveal what the.
Have you seen his bistro?
No, what's his bistro?
I just like for you to look at his bistro and tell me what you think it is.
Show me that bistro.
You got a pic of the bistro? Where's it? Do you have a pic of the bistro?
I found the picture of Dua Lipa and then
it's like sandwiches.
We'd rather have a pic of the bistro.
Okay, gotcha.
Send TJ a pic of the bistro immediately.
Like sandwiches.
Gotcha.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there's the bistro.
There's his bistro.
Wow. That is disconcerting.
Well,
That looks.
I've added some stuff to it.
That is troubling.
The amount of menace that you have somehow put into such a tiny space is unbelievable. From the lighting to the sociological, like the sociopathically
sparsely
decorated area.
Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%.
No, so I've added the.
That's where he eats an elbow.
I've added the air fryer cookbook to the bistro.
Where's the free kisses? Just ask sign.
Oh, that was probably before Big Cat gave me that. Here, I'll find a better picture.
We don't need a better picture.
You
We're
sit and
good.
stare directly at the wall as you eat and just.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll turn the chair around.
What if you have a second person there for dinner?
Couch? Eat on the couch.
So you don't even use the bistro. The bistro is not even usable.
I use the bistro when it's just me, because that's my bistro.
You don't sit on the couch.
If a girl
That's
comes
my-
over, she eats at the bistro while Connor stands behind her and makes sure she's correctly enjoying the bistro.
And keeps like edging the free kisses sign over.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see the sign?
TJ, I DM'd the picture.
We don't need. We're good with the picture.
It's a cool picture. It's just me.
You look handsome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
What's wrong with that star?
Oh, what happened to the star?
The whole
Did
street.
you rub it off?
Smooching that thing.
Whose star is that? Oh, hey, God. Whose star is that?
It's Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa's.
If you, I don't know if you could zoom in a little bit.
I can't
it's
see shit.
We
My
believe
eyes are
it.
going bad.
Yeah, Dua Lipa right there. For some reason, she just has
Dua
a star.
Lipa's been famous for 5 minutes. Are stars already faded?
All the other stars were faded too. I don't know what happened.
I got to
to
be
them.
honest. I don't know. Is that the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Is it the actual Walk of Fame?
No,
Or is that a different star?
That's in Mexico.
Oh, that's it.
That's the Mexican Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That looks like it's outside of Ripley's, believe it or not.
It's a random street. There was nothing but like random cafes and like auto body shops on the street, and then there's just a bunch of Dua Lipa. This Dua Lipa star. It's like I gotta get a picture with this.
Gotta.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about Kevin Durant and LeBron James talking tomorrow, and Dion. We had a Dion.
Are y'all
topic we
going to
didn't
try to
get
convince Big Cat to Airbnb Jordan's house?
Yeah, I was going to say we should definitely do a show from there.
There's some sort of.
There needs to be a
content
yak
idea
from
there.
the Jordan house.
Yes.
It's not even for the Jordan house. It's you got to sign like a $25,000. You got to rent it for a week, and it's a lot.
So you have to do a week.
Yeah.
You can't just do a $17,000 night.
Correct. Yeah, you got to do a week.
What would you do in the Jordan house? First thing.
I don't
order DoorDash.
Probably jerk off.
Yes, 1,000%. Evo's right. Nailed it.
in the Jordan house.
You can always say that you jerked off in Michael Jordan's house. It's like the easiest answer.
Why would you want to say it though?
What?
Why would you want to say that? Why is that something you need to say? If somebody says name something cool you've done in the last year, you're gonna say I jerked off in Michael Jordan's house.
Good.
That's
two truths.
That's
and
a
lie.
crazy fucking sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes. Absolutely.
I feel like if
a cigar, shooting a 3, whatever. Also, the first time you ever go to an Airbnb or a hotel, what's the first thing you do?
Of course, yeah. You turn the air down, you jerk off.
Yes.
Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Untuck the covers, the sheet.
No, I like to be trapped by my lover.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God.
That looks so uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
Connor, this is definitely this is going to be on a true crime podcast in 3 years.
I took this picture right after the Sixers choked against the Knicks last year in the playoffs. Oh, we didn't even do Jersey Day. I forgot about
All right, we'll go around real quick. I'm wearing an Andre Dawson 1982 Montreal Expos jersey that I got off Poshmark.
I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse hockey jersey. As you can see, we got the Walt Disney World logo right here. We got the M with the cross sticks. What's on the back?
Mickey.
28.
28.
Wouldn't it be Mouse?
Hell yeah, dude. What?
Oh, yeah.
It should be Mouse.
Right?
That's a good call. Yeah, slight oversight by the by the Walt Disney Corp.
Maybe it's like Ichiro.
Yeah. Connor?
Killed me to get a jersey of him in another team's uniform, but he played so well in the finals. TJ McConnell, and it is a NBA Finals patch on the back.
Which,
no
like,
way.
how? Where'd you get that?
NBAstore.com. It was 60% off after they lost
Really?
the finals, and
Oh.
I snagged it.
That's pretty cool.
After his 12 points in third quarter of Game 7, I had to.
Yeah, I got the Timberwolves throwback. It's Airbud.
Nice.
Bark, bark.
Okay, that is.
I think someone
jersey.
sent that in.
So
for
see,
opening
I
day.
actually love that jersey. I thought you said Kevin Durant earlier, but or I don't know,
Garnett,
Kevin
Garnett, yeah.
But I hate that you attacked me for me having a fake jersey on when you have an Airbud jersey on. Well, fuck you, piece of shit.
Yo,
I got that NASCAR on. Vroom.
Fuck. Pit crew.
Oh.
Pit crew 48.
I'm part of the pit crew.
That rocks.
What would be your role in the pit crew?
Gas.
Ball watching.
Hell yeah.
No,
I would
brakes.
want to be the give me that fucking that wrench. The
Oh, that's pressure, man.
yeah,
I guess it's all pressure.
it's all pressure.
I'd be the guy that holds the number out.
Actually, I lied. I want the
Oh,
jack.
that's a good
I want the
one.
jack.
I just want to hold the number out. Hey, 48, stop here. TJ?
Oops, you guys guess.
See it?
Raiders.
It's a Raiders jersey. 27. Oh, that's a Ray Rice. Okay.
Oh wow,
No.
Cody Mullen
Oh.
signed jersey.
Trayvon.
Who is who?
That's Raiders legend Trayvon Mullen.
Trayvon
Trayvon
from Clemson.
Really? Why does he have a signed Trayvon Mullen jersey?
I don't know.
His brother played a year at JMU.
Nobody asked.
Coconut Creek High School.
Y'all
That's
are
a
just saying
great-
words.
That's a great high school name.
Did he do
That is
something,
awesome.
TJ, or am I tripping?
You're tripping.
No, I hope not.
TJ, can you end the show with I don't know, maybe 3 minutes of just after he says that's how I was done, maybe just a 3-minute still shot of the Beastro, and people just have 3 or 4 minutes to just soak it in.
Do you have any
leave
license-free menacing music?
I can get
You
some
can put
license-free
underneath it?
medicine music. You want to watch the Malasek hit first?
Oh,
Yeah.
This rocks.
this is the way
Shout
to go
Jake.
out. I didn't even know this was legal.
I don't think it is.
Bang!
Oh, good pop too.
I went fucking nut. That was the opening moment of this tournament.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
can we hear that crack again?
That was
Like,
the first thing
Great
that happened.
crowd pop.
Hey, that was quite the check.
First game of the. Oh, Tito.
Good God, let's go.
All right, set the fucking tone, Malasek. I like that.
Ryan Dawson.
Malachek
In
getting it done
Poland.
once again.
Let me look up some menacing music.
All right, just
Menacing.
not
M.E..
I'm scared you're gonna look up men singing.
And
Men singing music.
nightmarish lead with sinister feel combines
Yeah.
aggressive drums, determined bass, tense synth, cold bells.
I wanna
Again,
see
and-
this.
Cold bells. The colder the
I wanna
better.
see this. That's not menacing at all, actually.
Is this hip hop?
That's menacing.
This is not menacing.
Well, hold on.
We need something a little more understated.
Well, let us get
Because
into it.
Because the Beastro is understated.
Okay, he's right.
We're getting
Yeah.
closer.
hectic score with piano and synths.
This is definitely
good.
this is good. This will play.
All right, just everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.
That's how ball is done.
I gotta see this.